Hi, welcome back to my channel. In this book review, it is actually for The Silent Dead by Marnie Riches. But before I tell you about The Silent Dead, we are going to talk about all the pretty ones. Why? Well, I got The Silent Dead from Bookouture for a blog tour, but The Silent Dead is book number 2 in the Detective Jackie Hook series. So I went over and took advantage of my Kindle Unlimited subscription, and I got the download for all the pretty ones. So that is the book cover that you're going to see now, and that's the book we're going to talk about at first. So who is our detective? Well, she's a Detective Sergeant Jackie Cook. Her name is actually Jackson Cook. She was named after the artist Jackson Pollock. Her father is an artist. So, with that in mind, that's who our principal protagonist is in both of these books in this series. Now, in this particular book, we have a girl who disappears. And that is one scene. Another scene is Jackie and her partner are called to the scene of a crime. And it's a devastating, brutal crime scene. But one thing is for sure, just when Jackie is viewing what's left of the victim's body, is the little girl had Down syndrome. I'm just going to move this because my cat's up here. The little girl has Down syndrome, or had Down syndrome. Now, why is this important to Jackie Cook? Well, this is why I love to read connected books. Jackie had a brother, and her brother passed away because he was taken as a child and murdered. Okay? Her brother had Down syndrome. So when Jackie starts to investigate this case, she is devastated that somebody would kill an innocent girl, period, but especially a victim who could never harm another human being, the child Chloe, who had Down syndrome. Now, meanwhile, Jackie is a busy woman. She has twin 9-year-old boys, and she's in her second trimester, I think her third trimester. She's 6 months pregnant. Okay, I should know what trimester, right? So, but she's still working, going to work every day, dealing with the twins at home, dealing with a difficult marriage, and dealing with a difficult mother. Now let's talk about Jackie's mother just for a moment. Remember I said that Jackie lost her brother to kidnapping and murder when he was a little boy and he had Down syndrome? Well, that created a bitterness in her mother that Jackie has to contend with. And while Jackie is navigating her family, her mother, her irresponsible husband, her pregnancy, she has this new murder case. She has something else. Jackie had made the promotion to detective inspector, but when she got pregnant, she realized that she could not handle the duties of that job. So she took a voluntary demotion back to DS, detective sergeant. Well, the person that's in her old job, her and Jackie have friction. And that friction you see in this book, All the Pretty Ones, but you also see it in the second book, The Silent Dead. So I just want to bring that out. Now, when Jackie starts to investigate this murder, she's looking for somebody heinous. In fact, there are other bodies that turn up. And while Jackie is trying to investigate this as best she can and to stop any more bodies from turning up, we get another narration. That narration is called The Monster. The monster is watching Jackie. He watches her at crime scenes and at other times. And then there's something weird that happens, something that Jackie finds in her home that gives her the chills, that gives me the chills even to say it, because she starts to wonder, could this murder of Chloe and these other murders have anything or something to do with the death of her brother all those years ago. And the reason that Jackie has that concern is because of something that she finds in her home. So that is All the Pretty Ones. Like I said, I didn't have it for review. I got it from Kindle Unlimited, but I felt like I had to because I was going to read the second book in the series. So I'm going to segue into that second book in this same review, and that is The Silent Dead, as mentioned, the one that I have for review. So, what's happening in this book? Well, quite naturally, there's another murder scene. This Jackie is a detective sergeant in the homicide department, right? So, it's Detective Jackie Cook, and she finds a woman dead at her kitchen table with a bottle of pills on the table and an apparent suicide note with one word on it, and all the word said is sorry. So, is this woman that Jackie found dead a victim of suicide, or is she a victim of homicide? Now, Jackie gets a shock when she views the deceased. She's like, wait a minute. We were in sixth form together. And I believe sixth form is like 17, 18 years old in the UK. So she has not seen this woman, Claire, that's the victim, for decades. But she recognizes her. And from what she can recall, Claire is not the type of person that will commit suicide. But let's talk a little bit about Jackie, and then we'll go back and we'll talk a little bit about Claire. Remember I said Jackie had twin boys and All the Pretty Ones? They were 9 years old and she was pregnant. Well, in this book, her boys are now 10. Her daughter is about 4 months old. Her husband has flown the coop. Her mother is still as bitter and as mean and as condescending as ever. But there was a twist in All the Pretty Ones that has an effect on Jackie's relationship with her mother, despite her mother's bitterness. So that's just a little catch up to going into book number 2. Secondly, we're going to talk about Claire. Now, Claire has 2 children, or had 2 children. A girl off in college. Not in college, living in another area. I forget which job, but she has some kind of a job, I don't remember what job this girl had, but she was living away and working. But she also had a 4-year-old son. So when you read the scene that opens the book, you see Claire with her son. So why would someone in her son, I remember that scene, her son, she's about to take her son to school and he has really, really bad separation anxiety, and she's trying to tell him he's going to have a great day, and you see that she's a good mother. She seems to be content, but yet it appears that she committed suicide. Did she or did she not? So, Jackie is now trying to figure out what happened to Claire. But Claire's not the only one. There's another victim. And guess what? The MO is almost identical to Claire's. Now it's more than evident that Claire did not commit suicide. And while the medical examiner, and I think his name is Nick, while the medical examiner is trying to pinpoint the true cause of Claire's death, now Jackie has another murder that she's investigating. Okay? Now, what do these women have in common? They were both single and they were both mothers. So now Jackie is starting to see a thread. And is this thread that Jackie is starting to see something that ties, I'm just trying to mute this chat so that you don't keep hearing that ding. Can Jackie tie in why someone would kill these mothers, these single mothers, and the fact that Jackie is a single mother herself? It makes her even more invested in the case. And like I said earlier, she still has trouble on the job. with her superior, who is actually working the job that Jackie had. And then she's dealing with multiple possible suspects. Who is it that could have killed these women, and are there any other victims, or would there be any other victims? So that is The Silent Dead by Marnie Richards, the second book in the Detective Jackie Cook series. And I really love this series. I'm so glad that I went back and read book one. And I'm going to tell you why I'm glad I went back and read book one. Because of the state of Jackie's home life. So while we have Jackie as a good detective, a detective sergeant, we also have Jackie as a human, as a mother, as a woman raising her children. And seeing that side of Jackie, I felt helped me by reading the first book in the series. So I know this is a long review, but you got two for the price of one. So I want to thank you. Yes, both of these books are on Kindle Unlimited. Like I said, I grabbed book number one on Kindle Unlimited, and you can do that as well. So thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.